Hello, sports world. This is the Balls Not Court Podcast, abbreviated as BIOC Podcast. This is hosted by Cortez Paul and Paul Mac and other contributors that we have on the show. We do want to thank you for tuning in to our clips, to our YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, wherever you get the podcast content before. We talk about NBA, NFL, a little bit of NCAA sports, and any other current events with our humorous twists and with what we know in regards to the content. Once again, we do thank you for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome to the Ball Not Court Podcast. That's a little new.
Production value, bro. What's going on here?
Hey, man, just figure I could just go ahead and use StreamYard and cut out some costs with Adobe. So, pretty unique. And then it's got an 18-second video at the end there. So, this is new to us. People that's going to watch me do the podcast like, hey. So, pretty cool effect. Anyways, welcome to the Ball Not Court Podcast. Cortez Paul is here. Paul Mac to my right. Mr. Mac, my resident New York Knicks fan. Buddy, let's just, before we get into dissecting the games, how do you personally feel right now?
2 more, bud. 2 more.
That's the best way to put it.
Game 1, down as much as 14, go out and win by 10. Game 2, you're up 12, blow a lead. Weird stuff happens and still pull it out, bro. So 2-0, I'm grateful. I have thoughts, but here we are.
Absolutely. So are you hitting me with the Kobe Bryant job not finished? What you got to be happy about? Job's not done, job's not finished?
I mean, you gotta feel like, it at least felt to me like game 2 was the Spurs' best punch. Like they gave it their best overall effort. They came out, immense pressure. They were putting a lot of pressure on Jalen Brunson. Forced almost a few backcourt violations. Even the pressure was crazy, but you have to think that they can't keep that pressure up the whole game. And then the amount of energy it takes to battle back down double digits in the fourth quarter and to lose the way that they did, we'll see how they come out, man. I just, going into game 3, if you're the Spurs, you just hope the Knicks don't score first, because if they score first and that roof blows off that arena, it's going to be a long night, man.
Well, hey, man, like you said, and I appreciate the professional take that you're taking as this. You're obviously a fan, but you already know, hey, you just got to, until the confetti's falling, that's when you can really celebrate. But I'm pretty sure you're very well pleased right now.
Just be glad you're not Elmo right now, bro. Elmo's getting all the smoke on Twitter right now. Poor guy.
Is he? Oh, man.
You ain't seen it?
I have missed it. No, I guess I got to see it.
So when the series first started, Elmo was like, I hope the Knicks and Spurs, I hope both teams have fun. And all the New Yorkers are in Elmo's fucking DMs, bro. Like don't forget your roots. Don't forget where you come from. They're posting like how Sesame Street is a fake place in Manhattan. Like how he's a New Yorker and he's talking about he wants both teams to have fun. Like my man is getting it, bro. And it's so funny. New Yorkers are so good, bro. They're just like they're like, you watch your mouth, you little red fuck. Talking about just he's a traitor. They're gonna kick him out of New York, bro. It's it's so good. All because he just wants to be Elmo, bro. He just want to be Elmo.
Bro,
that's been so good.
Of course, Knicks fans would do this. Of course they would. That's funny. Yeah, man. Well, hey, like I said, still a series to go. Let's see what happens here. But let's go ahead and go into game 1. We'll break game by game down. So this game right here, game 1, pretty much started out. So the score was 105-95. Pretty much, man, you just kind of just tell. It's always like the first game, the first quarter, they just trying to fill each other out, just trying to see how it goes and everything like that. So, for the most part, it's just the whole filling out there. And then the Spurs, who, had their legs still going, juiced up, a lot of, momentum still going. They won up, they finished the quarter 27-19. So then next thing you know, kind of see the game just kind of filling each other out. Second quarter is pretty good. Then going to halftime, it was 55-48. Spurs are still up. So then you start seeing the Knicks start getting a little bit of momentum. A lot of physical play, a lot of getting into each other, which I'm okay with. Like, listen, our last two teams here left to play. Just controlling the manner that you can control the physicality. But for the most part, I like how this has kind of just played out. Was not just kind of like blowing the whistle every darn time. Let them play. Just let them play and then get them under control. And then, yeah, man. So just for the most part, y'all came and won that game, man. But I want to hear from your thoughts of game one. What stood out to you? What did you like about the way that y'all approach game one on the road? Got a Spurs team that just came off beating the Thunder, so their juices are feeling very high. Your thoughts on particularly how y'all handled the road games?
I mean, it's Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, as much talk as Jalen Brunson gets, and obviously, he's big in the fourth quarter. I mean, he finished game one with 30. It was a ugly 30. He took a lot of shots to get that 30, but Karl Anthony Towns, man, there's moments in that game, and even in game two where he makes Wemby look human. You know what I mean? Like the same way that Wemby kind of made Chet feel in the OKC series, where he just, to be able to go at him on defense. Like Cat is going at his chest. Cat is just doing things to just keep him off balance, and obviously you have to worry about Cat hitting the three. But just the way that he's commanded the game, the way he's facilitating from the top of the key, the way he's rebounding with Wemby out there. I mean, he had 12 rebounds. So, I mean, he was 18 and 12 in game one. Just the rebounding. I think the Spurs can really kill you in second chance points. They do have really good rebounding guards as well. So to get 15 rebounds out of Josh Hart was huge. But it's been the same script for the Knicks all postseason, man. It's just everybody's all in, bro. 13 out of Landry Shamet, 17 out of OG, 18 out of Towns, 30 out of Brunson. It's just when they're doing that and you got 3-4 guys in double figures, it makes it tough, because even if Brunson's not rolling, someone else is going to get you, and we kind of saw that in leading into game two. Like Mikal Bridges has a huge game in game two. You know what I mean? So it's just there's so many guys just operating on all cylinders right now, and it's if you're the Spurs outside of Wemby, like Dylan Harper's playing really well, but like he didn't play much in the fourth quarter of game one. Like that was super weird. He didn't close the game out. It's just De'Aaron Fox. He ain't been the same since he hurt his ankle early in the postseason. Who's gonna be the other guy? Obviously Champagnie keeps having these huge first halves and then just disappears in the second half. Mm-hmm. So it's who beside Wemby is gonna get you a bucket when you need a bucket, and I think that's the big thing is like everyone in the arena knows like that final shot in game two, like Wemby's taking that shot. There's no decoy. Like they're getting the ball to Wemby. He's the guy that's gonna close the game out, and he got a hell of a shot. Just didn't knock it down. I mean, we could talk about the play before that, the terrible pass off Castle's back that went right to Jalen Brunson, and then the foul that put him down. They got gifted that Brunson missed a free throw to get down one. But I think it's just a youth thing, man. I think we're just seeing guys who have been there before versus a bunch of young guys who are ascending, but like they just haven't been in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Game one, shout out to Josh Hart. I know he only scored 3 points, but leading the team in rebounds and assists and a plus 22. Just tell you what type of player he is. Just a do-it-all type of player. Going to get the hustle stats. He was extending possessions. He was doing a really good job disrupting them. For the most part, I really thought Josh Hart really stand out in game one. His energy was contagious. You need that on the road. Whenever you play teams that is youthful and athletic, as the San Antonio Spurs is, you just need someone that can pest you like that. You know, looking at typical players for the Spurs who will be that energy player, Keldon Johnson have been a no-show. He was assist man of the year. I'm just trying to figure out how did he get the award, because the last few postseason series against the Thunder and now the Knicks, I just don't see it. Dylan Harper's just been more effective, and we talked about Dylan Harper as far as how is this a rookie? This guy plays with so much poise and under control, and now he did have a rookie moment. He did. I don't know if you saw this, but he retweeted some TikTok video that was referenced to De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
And he untweeted that. That's probably the only thing that he needs to just control. I mean, he's going to be young and dumb. It is what it is. Hopefully he got to apologize there, De'Aaron Fox. But for the most part, the Spurs, just to me, in game one, I just feel like you're right. Just the punch that they had. Like, they only had one double-digit scorer off the bench. Devin Vassell in game one, he didn't really have a good game either. So, but for the most part, man, I think with Wemby too. Wemby took a lot of shots to get his points. I know we talked about Brunson took a lot of shots, and we look at that, but the efficiency is just, well, NBA Finals, it is what it is. Brunson took a lot of shots, and I felt like, and that's why I told you, or at least I said on the podcast too, in the NBA Cup, same thing with Brunson. He took a lot of shots, and the efficiency wasn't there. But you just wonder how much the length for the Spurs is really bothering him. He really got into – what was the rough face he got into in game one? I'm trying to remember who he got into.
De'Aaron Fox?
No,
that was game two.
That was game two, but he got into a rough face about the calls.
Oh, yeah, with the ref. Yeah, he got into it with the ref, yeah.
Yeah, with the ref. So, so you can tell Brunson is kind of getting a little frustrated with physicality, but the thing that he does,
Scott Foster was game one.
Yeah,
and then Tony Brothers was game two.
Okay, so yeah, and that's the thing, and I felt in game two when De'Aaron Fox got in his face, in that regards, that probably when you should go ahead and just kind of get the game under control. They didn't. They just they just kept playing physical. You might want to call a few tests, kind of just rear back in, guys. But for the most part, I really felt like game one in the paint, y'all did the same thing like you did against the Cavs. You came back down and really took possessions on the road in a hostile environment, which a lot of your Knicks fans showed up on the road over there anyways. Damn, Knicks fans show up in San Antonio too. That's crazy. But
they travel, bro.
They do travel, and they take over arenas. So, game one in that sense, man, I thought it was just well played. Looking at the offensive rating, you guys was at 108 compared to their 97. This is a team that's been in the 100s. I'm talking about the Spurs and the offensive rating for the whole postseason. So your defense is a real thing, bro. Your defense is legit, man. Game two, very close game, 105, 104. This is where you have mentioned that your Spurs, no, not your Spurs, the Spurs got up big, your Knicks. Your Knicks got up big, and the Spurs kind of got back into it. Victor had a slow first half. What are y'all doing to Victor Wembanyama in these last two games? Bro?
I mean, I think a lot of it is just they're being physical with him, man. Like he has to play defense. Like Cat's going at him, keeping him on his heels. You know, we're turning him into more of a jump shooter. He's shooting threes. He's not getting a lot of shots at the rim. I mean, he's getting to the free throw line, but like, you know, you'll live with that, I guess. I mean, when you're watching the game, like I was watching this game, and everybody's going to talk about the officiating and stuff like that. Like Jalen Brunson only getting 5 free throws seems a little egregious to me. Like I just feel like he's with as physical as San Antonio's playing. It just sounds kind of crazy. You know, I think Wemby got 8. But it's just like both teams are shooting well over 20 free throws. So I mean, you can tell the physicality is there. I think that's the difference. I just think that the Knicks, the way that they play defense, is very physical, and they can throw a lot of guys at Wemby. Like OG can get on him, Mitchell Robinson can get on him, Cat can get on him. So it's just throwing a lot of bodies, man. Like OG is a real deal on defense, man. Like he is a big body. He plays real physical. And that's the thing is like if Wemby wants to get on the perimeter, like you don't got to put Cat on him. If he's going to play at the perimeter, you could put OG on him. If he's going to be down in the paint, you could throw Mitch, you could throw Cat at him. But also, I think a lot of it too is I think the Knicks at this point are they're okay with Wemby getting his because no one else seems to be getting theirs. You know what I mean? Like who let Wemby get 30, but like who else is going to step up? And if Wemby's got to take 21 shots to get 29 points, I mean, it's not terrible considering how easily he could probably score around the rim. Like I was really surprised that final play wasn't some kind of just lob to Wemby at the rim. I don't know why. Like I don't know why you don't work because best case scenario he's going to score or get fouled. Like there's no one's going to deny him. You know what I mean? Pass it into Fox, top of the key, run some kind of motion, and just throw it at the top of the backboard and let Wemby go get it. Like it just seems like if I have a guy who's 7'5" or whatever, that's my inbound play every time is just throw it at the rim. But there's just the physicality, man, of the defense, and like they've been number one in defensive rating all postseason, and it just shows. Like Mike Brown is just got everybody dialed in. Everybody knows their role. The bench is coming in and like they're giving guys rest. Like Landry Shamit's playing big minutes. Deuce is playing good minutes. Josh Hart got in foul trouble, and it didn't even matter because Landry Shamit's out there still making plays. Jose Alvarado. So it's just the depth that we have compared to the last couple of years, where we could throw 8 guys out there, and we can rest Brunson, or if Hart gets in foul trouble, or if someone else just needs a breather. Like the way they substitute Mitch at Cat, like it's just Cat's always seems fresh, and it's. Like I said, as much as we talk about Brunson, like depending on how this series goes, these next 2-3 games, if it goes that far, like Cat's the MVP right now of this series. Like he is putting the team on his back, bro. And he's a guy that he was questioned a lot coming to New York and the way he's played and his role in the offense the last couple of years. And Mike Brown's really unlocked it in the postseason. And this is kind of the player that I think we all thought Cat could be. Even when he was in Minnesota, like run your offense through him. But it's hard, man, because if you're Wemby and you have to be out on the perimeter to guard Karl Anthony Towns, and he's willing to just put down his head and drive it into your chest, like that puts a lot of pressure on you, and it wears you down, man. So I think a lot of it's just beating Wemby up, just being physical with him. He's not the biggest guy, so I think over the course of 48 minutes, if you could just hit him as much as you can, I think he's gonna feel it by the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Game 2, I want to shout out Mikal Bridges. He hit timely threes. I feel like every time, even though Spurs did come back, there were some. I'm looking at some of the games in like the second half, and he was hitting timely shots to kind of really just simmer that crowd down in San Antonio. Yeah. 20 points from him. And he was 4-6 from the 3-point line. So
he had like 8 shots in a row at one point. Like he just was just When we needed a bucket, he was the guy that got us that bucket.
Yeah, and so I guess what my theme is with this, Paul, I feel like I can point at when Knicks had players stepped up for them, but I can't do that for the Spurs.
Yeah,
when they
De'Aaron Fox had a much better game too.
He did have a better game too, but I felt like a lot of that run. I mean, obviously, it was predicated on Wemby. Wemby was the one that was being more effective at it. And I felt like, to me, and Dylan Harper has been playing both. He played well in both games. But you have said this before that they need more, because what I'm seeing from the Knicks reserves, Landry Shamet, even him in game 2, he had 13 points. Like he made 3 threes. So this was just timely shots that you've seen from the Knicks, as opposed to, some of these players against, what the Spurs have. So Dylan Harper is the only one that really just, once again, to come to the bench. That's why I mentioned Keldon Johnson. he was a no-show again. He's been getting a lot of flack on social media, and rightfully so, because it's a lot of talks about, well, where's my sixth man that's been effective all year? Luke Cornett just in there doing cardio in game 2. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably in Atlanta, probably to get some wings, since he complained about the Hawks not having,
He needs to get blessed. He didn't get blessed by the nun for game 2.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, I mean, props to you guys holding it down. And even Mitchell Robinson was getting that whole Hacker Robinson type of deal, making his free throws.
Yeah. That's the most debilitating part too, is like when they get into that hack of Mitch, and I'm just like, man, these guys are desperate to try anything right now. Like, this is what you're gonna do? You're gonna slow this game down this much? Yeah. Which, like, it's weird too, because like, if you're gonna slow the game down, like, our half court offense is really good. So if we're gonna play sets, and it's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously, if the game's close and you get empty possessions, like, that's huge. But like, if Mitch goes 1 out of 2, or he had a time where he made both of them, like, at that point, what are you gonna do, bro? You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm gonna segue into the pace, and I think I text you this in the group chat. I felt like the Knicks pace is faster, so I was like, okay, let me just see if this backs up my data, because I want to go look up some stuff what we did in the podcast here. So their pace is faster, and it's an incremental increase, but so 98.5 over the last 2 games in San Antonio versus their whole playoff run here is 96.53. Spurs is used to this pace. They was running 99.04 before the 2 games against the Knicks, and against the Thunder they slowed down 97.73. That's why I felt like and I think you agree with this. We talked about this, is that Wemby was able to kind of sit down and rotate within that whole kind of paint area and be within there. As we told you guys, Carmody Towns spraying them out. They picking on him, put him in the pick and roll with Brunson. Is actually have him on the island out there. Wemby is being extended here, and he looks exhausted. So now you got to play this amazing defense, the defender that he is. You have to extend yourself on defense. So that's why it's crucial for the Spurs. They need more help besides Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox for 1 half, and Wemby going stupid, which he usually does. And Wemby for 1 half, that's what he did in game 2. Some other things I looked at too, I was pulling up some of the data here, is the 2 games. The possession battle is +1 for the Spurs. 198 possessions compared to the Spurs, to the Knicks, 197. Knicks are making more possessions. So, as you see, it's been more effective. Their offense, net rating is up. So, just that's why I wanted to notice that. And I felt like Mike Brown must have known this, that, hey, even though the Spurs play at a faster pace, the last series they pace slowed down because the Oklahoma City pace is slower. They want to spell them up because they was in the physical series. All right. Knicks has the legs to do that. They got the rest. And I really feel like that's been a success part of their story, getting 2 games on the road and a really good environment where the Spurs only lost 1 game on the road in the whole postseason, and that was game 3 against the Thunder of last series. So
that's why basketball is such like an interesting sport, right? So it's all about matchups. It's all about different things, and the way that the Knicks are shooting the 3, like they could afford to have less possessions because they're getting 3 points out of possession instead of 2. You know what I mean? Like they shot 38 threes in game 2. You know, they made more threes than San Antonio, so they made 4 more 3-pointers. So that's +12 in threes. You know, they had 19 to 11 in fast break points, so they're +8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, those are the things where it's like you can see where the pace is causing a problem, because a lot of those threes are off like second chance points, rebounds, loose balls. There was one where the Knicks missed like 2 or 3 shots, and then Shamet comes and gets the ball and knocks down a 3, and and that's just so crushing, man. Like they out rebounded San Antonio, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like not by a lot. I mean, by 2, but again, like if you get 2 extra rebounds and those 2 are offensive rebounds that get you buckets, like what are you going to do? You know what I mean? So it's just like it's the hustle factor of just how they're playing, and they know that like the Spurs like to push, but if you're pushing back, that's where the problem is because you're going to force turnovers. You're going to do all this stuff because they're at just a frenetic pace the whole way through. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these young guards is that the turnovers are really hurting San Antonio. I mean, they had 16 turnovers in game 1. I mean, the Knicks had 15, but again, if you're scoring off, it's no matter if you're scoring off the turnovers that it really matters. And obviously, the biggest turnover was Wemby's to at the end of the game there, with a timeout. Like it just seems like they're running at such a crazy pace that they're not thinking about those things. Like they got a turnover, they wanted to push. The Knicks were kind of getting back. Castle wasn't paying attention. Ball off his back, right at Brunson. It just points the other way, and it's just I think that's the difference. Is the Knicks are okay, especially when you have Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, and these guys who can play both ends of the floor and get up and down. Like you're not giving up. There was one play I think where there was a steal and Bridges or somebody got back. I think the Spurs ended up scoring, but like it was a fast break the other way, and Bridges just stayed in front of somebody. He ended up dumping it off. The Spurs got it, but just the fact that you get somebody down there where it's not just a fast break layup every time, and even when it seems like a fast break situation, like the Spurs still had to work a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference, man. And it's just just kudos to Mike Brown, kudos to Rick Brunson, kudos to the whole coaching staff because they really got the Knicks just can play. They're playing how you want to play fast. We'll play fast. That's fine. We talked about with Atlanta. Like Atlanta, we didn't want to we want to run out. We don't want to get Atlanta in the half court because they can kill us in the half court. So after they lost those 2 games, pace picks up. Atlanta got no answers. Knicks are just getting up and down, scoring, causing turnovers, getting the ball in the hoop, and it just takes your soul from you. You know what I mean? And you can only play fast. Like I understand if you're the one pushing the pace, and I know we talk about OKC a lot, but like they're not the most physical. Like obviously they are a good defensive team, and they do get in passing lanes and different stuff like that. But as far as Wemby, like they weren't putting much pressure on Wemby. He was doing whatever he wanted on defense. He was just lurking around the rim. They were playing zone. Chet was non-existent, and it's the complete opposite now with Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns said, "Hey, you got a little break in the Western Conference Finals. We're gonna go pedal to the metal and just get you moving. Every minute you're on the floor, bro, it's not gonna be easy." And you can see it. So pace has been huge. Lose ya. My man froze up.
All right, good.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know internet there. So, but now the point you're making, so it is what it is. All good solid points, man. To me, and that's why, and to kind of add on to what I was gonna tell you, and it's already 2 games is we already have a moment. That's a thing you love about an NBA finals, that you have your moments. And you're just gonna remember that pass. I feel like for the Spurs fan, that if the Spurs going to lose this series, the pass is going to be a thing. And you can see Stephon Castle, before he turns his back, he literally tells his team, including Wemby, slow down, slow down. He turns around, and like you mentioned about Jalen Brunson, I saw the play. His eyes just get big, like, whoa. It's like, uh-oh. And so that's just, you look at like just different NBA final. I mean, I still remember just final moments with the Magic, like back in 2009, like Dwight Howard missed free throws. Derek Fisher, this big jumper, And I remember that, and I was like, that's the series. Like it's how I felt. The momentum was going to shift, and the Lakers just had the series. So, we can talk about Jordan the shot. I mean, we can go on to a bunch of just scenarios here. So I say all this, Paul. What are you looking for in the Garden? Like, what moment are you looking for? Because I know you said about maybe not let you elaborate on this, but maybe it's Brunson, because Brunson has not been having the best shooting games, but going to be rejuvenated tonight. And when they play Game 4 in the Garden, what moments are you looking for in regards to the Knicks here, going back to Madison Square Garden?
One, Donald Trump being in the crowd is going to make the whole night kind of weird. It's going to be a weird night, man. Like that alone is going to make this game super weird. Trump's going to be at the game. There was an earthquake in Florida today.
Had to make it about him, didn't he? Donald Trump.
And the worst part
is with the comments on TikTok, please.
The worst part too is like they're liable to just boo this guy out of the arena, and he's going to talk about how great of an ovation he got. He's going to make the game about him. They cancel all the watch parties, so there's no. The mayor got one going kind of away from the arena, which is cool, but they don't want anybody lurking around. But I mean, aside from that, like I said, the Knicks have to score first. Obviously, when you have Wemby, you tend to win the jump ball. So obviously, the Spurs will probably get the first possession. Mm-hmm. But like, I want to see the Knicks score first. I want to preferably see Brunson get the ball in the hole early, kind of blow the roof off that crowd. Because I know the Spurs, they've played the Knicks in Madison Square Garden on Christmas. They've played them in some big games during the regular season. But this is the NBA Finals, bro, and we ain't been there in a minute, and people are ready, and it's just the moment that first basket goes in and that arena just erupts. Like that's going to be the first gut punch to the Spurs of like, all right, we're here now, and it's just going to be how you respond. And if you can get them on their heels early, my only concern with these kind of big games is the energy. Like that energy, the Knicks could ride it for a little bit, and then the Spurs could jump on them, second half or later on in the game. So the crowd's going to be huge, and it's going to be like unlike any crowd you've ever experienced, bro. Like I don't even watching it on TV. You better have your sound up, bro. If you got surround sound, if you got speakers, just have that shit on, because it's going to be like Dolby surround sound in that arena. Like I don't even know if we'll be able to hear. I don't even know if we'll be able to hear the announcers.
Hey, I know it's on the Mac household. It's going to be just planning for the few hours that's coming up here for the game. So I'm pretty sure you are ready for this, man.
Oh yeah, I got the speakers. I got the speakers set up. I got the orange and blue lights around the TV. Like we're ready to go, bro.
You ready? I am going to go watch the basketball game with a Knicks fan. My buddy George, who's a Knicks fan, he liked the match too. So he just liked the match as much as the Knicks, but he's from Jersey, so he's super excited about the Knicks. And so I already said, hey, what you want for the game? He's like, yeah, man, you want to come over to the quick create some riders? So I'm going to watch the game with one of my cool Knicks fans that I mentioned on the podcast, and he's one of them. You're the second, and I know like 3 or 4 that are really cool Knicks fans. So I'm super happy for you guys, man. Darnell's also a Knicks fan, right?
Who?
Darnell.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Darnell, Saul. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're out here.
Yeah. No, I know y'all repping. So Saul, I already know about Saul.
The basketball fan in me though, like obviously, like we're in a good spot, and all the metrics and analytics point to like the team that wins game 1 is like 70% of the time. The team that lost both games at home has never won the NBA Finals. Like there's all these things that are in our favor, right? So regardless of what happens, and again, I don't know if by the time we record, this shit might be over. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I just hope that like whatever happens, that Wemby does get kind of a redemption arc, because I don't want this to kind of be his story of that turnover and that foul, that missed shot all happening sequentially to end game 2. Like I don't want that to be his legacy. Like I hope, and he has a long career ahead of him, and I'm sure they'll be in the finals again, but I just don't want that to be the thing that's going to like carry him throughout the rest of his career, is the time he just completely choked away a game in the NBA Finals. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I am a basketball fan. And like I said, it is just a crazy thing to watch someone of that size do the things that he does. And I'm grateful for the turnover, but I just hope that his career trajectory potentially puts him back in the situation, and it gets to kind of be the other way around.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's got the talent to definitely be back here and see how it works out. But like I said, it's still series is still going on. We don't want to end like that.
Shit's exhausting, bro. I'm about to be like Timothy Chalamet. I'm about to start icing my knees before these games, man.
Hey, NBA Finals.
These long playoff runs. These long playoff runs are exhausting, dude.
No, listen, I you appreciate when they come. I mean, you really do. So I know you thoroughly enjoying this, man. So any predictions for Game 3? What you thinking? Or should I go first and then I just
You can go first. You can go first.
Yeah, I'll let the Knicks fan go last. Yeah, man, I it's kind of crazy. Then I ain't want to touch on the whole Trump thing, but yeah, him kind of just ruined the moment, bro. Like of all times to come to the NBA Finals, like the city is very super excited about this, and for one, guys that been very big on not making sports political. And I know you're just there to watch a game, but man, your statue is not looking a positive limelight by half of America. Let's just say half.
Especially in that city, bro. Like they're not big.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're not. Yeah, exactly. So to me though, to the Knicks fans, thoroughly enjoy it. Like, and I think what's going to be cool about it is to see how y'all really like. I saw a video, and this is cool. My buddy sent me this, and this will kind of make me mad about some Magic fans and just some other fan that just kind of like wish-washy sometimes. When the team does good, that's when you want to come support them. Like, yeah, Knicks fans are annoying, but man, guess what? They're still decked out in orange and blue when a team are winning 25 some games. I can tell you, just from a Magic fan, I don't see that. But seeing just back to the story that I saw, the bars was all filled to capacity, so they couldn't go into the bars. You had people who had projectors up and putting the game like on the side of a wall. Like, bro, that's awesome, man. Like,
bro, gun violence in New York is down during this playoff run. The city is united, bro.
They're united. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So I hope this don't be a distraction for the game. It will unfortunately be a distraction, but the Spurs are really too good to get swept. So I really think that one of these games, they will get one of these games. And I feel like with the whole Trump thing, they probably get Game 3. Then I feel like Game 4, y'all bounce back and get them. The y'all kind of just took their souls from home, man. And I feel like that they're gonna come out with some energy. Use this distraction and get Game 3. But Game 4, y'all get it, and then y'all probably win. Which I think with you rather just go ahead and wrap this up and win in New York. Like get it win in New York. But I just feel like the Wemby's got to get him one game. Well, I feel like his talent alone should get him one game. So, but I feel like Game 3 is they're going to get it. So, go ahead, Knicks fan. I'll let you. I won't run your parade anymore.
No. I mean, it's just from everything we've seen throughout the postseason. The resiliency to come back in Game 1 down 14, on the road, win by 10, and then obviously like to get up 12. Spurs go on a run, game gets tight late. That's kind of what you expect from a team that's just young and fighting, and they have the home crowd behind them. But MSG is going to be different, bro. And if they can get up on them early and just ride that crowd and just take them out of the game, this is unlike any game these guys have been in. They haven't experienced this. I know Wemby's played in the Olympics and all that stuff, but even then, like this is going to be different. And, a lot of youth on the Spurs. Like, De'Aaron Fox saying MSG is old and needs to be renovated is not even that big of a deal to play there. Like, just kind of nonchalantly, just it's the mecca of basketball, bro. At the end of the day, bro, it like you better come out and play if you're gonna make comments like that about the most famous arena in the world. And I don't know, man. I just think the Knicks. I think they want to end it at home, and they're going to come out and they're going to kind of do what the Spurs did in Game 2 and come out super aggressive, super hard. Trying to force turnovers, push the pace, and like I don't see a world where at first I thought this might go 5, but like just the way things are going, like if the Spurs take a couple more gut punches, man, I just don't know how you can get one. You know what I mean? Like they're trying everything they could try, and it sucks when people aren't showing up, and the Knicks are just the deeper team, which is really weird to say, and they're just kind of hitting you in every statistical category essentially. Like the only thing that could really mess this game up is the officiating, is if the refs just decide like they want this series to go 5, 6, 7 games, is how they're going to officiate it, because it's going to be physical. So do you let them play, or is each team shooting 30 free throws? So that's going to slow the pace down. This game might take 4 hours. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I just know that crowd is going to be crazy. This celebrity row is going to be nuts. And like I don't know, man. I just want to just have my TV volume on 100 and just take in that energy, because it's going to be crazy. Like it's, I mean, I know you're doing your little arena tour, and you're traveling and you're trying to see Magic games and all that stuff. And when the time comes, you get to go to Madison Square Garden, bro. It's going to be different, bro. It's going to be real different.
Excited for it, man. Excited for it. But hey, like you said, if y'all win tonight, man, it's over. It's a wrap. Like, just bring out the brooms, and I'm pretty sure it's done.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Knicks winning by double digits tonight, easy.
Yeah, if they do that, then it's barbecue chicken, bro. So, man, glad we got some content in, and we'll wrap this bad boy up here. Like I said, all we got just these 2 games. We got nothing to talk about, so we'll definitely come back in.
If this series ends before Monday when we record again, it's about to be a whole Knicks takeover, bro. I'm about to get every Knicks person I know on this bad boy, and we're going to just get loud.
Yep, let them get loud. I'm just going to sit there and just let them do their thing. I'll produce. I'll just let them do their thing. Like, hey, tell you got something. I ain't got nothing to say. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats. It's just crazy, man. Like I said, it's just been a crazy week. Just taking out Elmo, all the memes, you know what I mean? Mayor Muslim, Bagel's Jewish, Christian Dior, Nixon 4.
Hey, good stuff, man. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Just make sure y'all stay tuned. We do this, try to do that. Definitely try to do this every week, and whatever we come back next week and see where the series is at. Hopefully, for Paul's sake, he's celebrating an NBA title here. So make sure you follow me at @CP. Mr. Mac, give me your socials.
Yeah, bro. I'm on X at @the_Paul_Mac. I'm on Instagram at @thepaulmac520. And look, when this is over, I don't even know if I'll still be alive, bro. I'm about to be crunk. I'm about to be crunk as shit, bro. I'm about to be in the streets.
You'll be alive. You're going to celebrate.
I'll be in the streets, bro.
Paul, you are a responsible human being. But you will celebrate. You will celebrate. I know. Yeah, you're gonna be in the streets.
Me and my buddies, man, we already got tattoos lined up, bro. If the Knicks win the championship, we're getting tattoos, bro.
I love it, man. I love it. So make sure y'all get the content at YouTube, TikTok. You can also get Instagram, BOC Podcast, Twitter, at same thing, YouTube, and then also Facebook, Balls Not Court Podcast. I was able to finally get around to just working on Spotify for podcasters, so that should be going back up to iTunes and Spotify as well. So I was able to kind of just figure out. I'm trying to figure out another platform. Why I try to figure that out. I'm just going to use that for the time being. I want to do it where it's all in one. It's just me being lazy. That's all.
No, that's what you want. You want to streamline. You want to be able to just push one button and just have it go everywhere.
I know, man. I can't have nice things, but nonetheless, man, yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. Speaking for the New York fan over here, Mr. Paul Mac, this Cortez Paul Balls Not Court Podcast. Yeah, this should do it.
Bing bong.